Yeah.
Yes, great.
Yes,
so
we can.
I will do, thank you very much. I will do a brief presentation on the NCPs and also the specific rules and regulations. And I will also speak a little bit of the benefits and tips to submit a proposal to ERAMIN joint call. So starting with the NCPs. NCP is the national contact point for each funding agency, and we strongly advise you to contact that person from the funding agent that you are applying to, because there might be some documents that you need to submit or some eligibility criteria that you need to check. Where can you find the list, the full list of NCPs for ERAMIN?
Sorry to interrupt you, Ana Luisa. I want to say you that I'm seeing the presentation, but not in full screen mode. Can you change to presentation mode, maybe?
I did it. So let me check again. I have this here as well. Are you seeing it now in full presentation mode?
I'm seeing, but I'm seeing the next animation. I don't know why.
Maybe in the GoToWebinar.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No. Thank you.
So as I was, it's okay. Thank you. As I was saying, where can you find the full list of NCPs for ERAMIN 3? You can check the pages 5 and 6 of the call text. There is a table. In this table, you can find the funding agent, the funding organization, as well as the respective contact person, their email and in their name, and also the budget for this call. Why is it important to contact them? For example, a funding agent might have a committed budget, but you cannot use all that budget. Maybe there is a maximum top of the budget that a partner or coordinator may use. So this is really important for you to check with your funding organization. Also to check national rules, the eligibility of the institution, of the expenses that you are putting on your budget, any needed forms that you need to submit besides the one that Olga spoke about in the ESS. So this is really important. And also to check if the scope of your proposal is eligible in the topics of the call. I will give you the example of the list. So this is the list that you will be finding in the call text. Okay, and I will speak now of the funding and regulations of national and regional organizations. You can find all the funding regulations and rules in the Appendix 4 of the call text. There is a table per funding organization with all the information. And the main points covered in this table are the entities that are eligible, the topics. So it's very important for you to know that topics and TRL might not all be funded by the funding organization. Some do, others don't. Also, the type of research that is funded. Some organizations only fund academia, others fund academia and industrial, others only industries. And it's important to know how much it is funded. Is it 100%, 50%, 60%? All these informations are in these tables in the Appendix 4 of the call text. Also, if there is the need to submit any kind of additional documentation to the funding organization, that's mentioned in these tables. I will show you the example of FCT, and as you can see in the additional eligibility criteria request from the Portuguese participants, a declaração de compromisso that they have to submit after the submission of the proposal. So if they don't submit this to us, this partner and consequently the consortium is not eligible. So this is very important for you to check. Now, I would like to speak as well for the about the guide for proposal submission. This guide is available both in the website and in the electronic submission tool. It is really important and almost mandatory to read this because it has a detailed description in the pre and full proposal documents that will help you a lot when writing the proposal and fill the documentations. Also, a step-by-step on how to fill and write the proposal into Form A that Olga mentioned, because this is a document that you will upload and that will be evaluated and scientifically assessed by the panel. How to fill the ethics table, the Gantt chart, the forms B and C, and when do you need to submit them. So For example, the ethics table, you don't need to fulfill it and to submit it in the pre-proposal, but only in the full proposal. It also provides a checklist for the consortium coordinator, which covers the eligibility criteria, the national regional funding rules, all the documentation you need to submit in the proposal in both stages. So this is really helpful for the coordinator and for the partners to check if they have everything they need for this proposal to be considered eligible from every single funding agency. And also an insight into the electronic submission tool, very close to what Holger just presented. Now, as Jorge and Julio have mentioned before, ERAMIN 3 has a YouTube channel where you can find some videos from the coordinators from previous projects that were funding under ERAMIN calls, and we have summarized some of the benefits and tips they gave to future coordinators, partners, consortiums in writing a proposal, and also why it's so important to submit a proposal that might be funded under an ERAMIN call. So speaking of the benefits, it gives you access to international level of researchers and large R&D centers, as well as companies and small entrepreneurs and small companies, medium companies, and also to industrial research. So this helps you not only to create new international collaborations with academia and industrial partners, but also to strengthen the already existing ones and to create a stronger knowledge exchange, knowledge networks that enables you to submit new proposals to other ERANETs or even to now Horizon Europe projects. It helps you exchanging the knowledge and comparisons for joint actions and technology transfer. They also said that a consortium under ERAMIN 3, ERAMIN call, is easier to create and to operate than other European projects, and we strongly advise you to use the partner searcher tool if you are in need to find a specific partner for a specific topic. The application and selection stages are simpler than other European projects and also helps you in the writing of the proposal. So you can write a pre-proposal that is strong, but it also gives you time and effort to improve that pre-proposal to a strong proposal that might be funded in the end. We also strive to give a good visibility to the projects that are funded as well as the results. And it enables the researchers to focus on the research itself. It's also easy to use our templates as well as report to Joint Call Secretariats. It's possible to submit risky projects, and it provides and has production of relevant results for linked Horizon 2020 and now Horizon Europe projects, and helps you and your institution to build your capacity in terms of human resources development and also to fund PhD students that might become great experts in this field. So some tips for the pre-proposal and full proposal writing. What we have seen in the most of the presentations that are already available in the YouTube channel is permanently prospect potential partners and maintain contact with them. Start early building the consortium, especially with industrial partners. You should have an industrial application and to have a prototype or something very oriented to industrial development and to be economical sustainable. Use the partner search tool. This is very interesting. We had a tip that says first find the question and then the partners. You must have concrete and measurable outcomes, and this is very true from someone that has followed the SAB meetings, the Scientific External Board that evaluates and scientifically assess all the proposals. This is true. They like to see measurable outcomes as well as a risk covered of these outcomes. So it is important for you to communicate openly and frequently between partners, to have clear information on objects between enterprises and universities. So in case your proposal is financed, you can implement it without any or many obstacles. Network with other projects is also very important. Don't leave the submission for the last day. This is extremely important. Don't expect others to have read all the call documentations. We have seen consortiums fall and not to be invited to the second stage because one partner has not contacted their funding organization or has not followed all the rules and has forgotten some kind of document. It is a shame. And build a successful proposal takes time, approximately 6 months, according to several of the testimonials, and consider that it takes effort to have a good and successful proposal that might be funded. Check always the eligibility of the consortium partners per country, and please remember that the budget must be reasonable because this is also something that evaluators look into. And with this, I finish my presentation and I'm available, of course, for any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ana Luisa. Now we're checking the questions.